Hello, my air signs, all my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquarians out there in the universe. It's your girl Tracy, Ascension 225, a tarot and oracle, and I am here to give you your messages from Spirit for the next 30 days, okay? I'm a little slow getting out the gate, but we're just going to say the next 30 days, so whatever date it is, it's 30 days, period, okay? So, I hope you all are doing well. Happy New Year. We have now entered a 2026, and that is a 10-year or a 1 year, which is all about new opportunities, new love, new career, new everything, okay? New perspectives, new ways of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Flipping the script. Everything is new, okay? Whatever you've been working on and manifesting over the last 9.5, 10 years, all right? This next cycle, this next 10 years, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. Whatever you've been working hard on these last 10 years or this last cycle, okay, you guys? But in the meantime, keep manifesting, and, you know, just continue to work hard and allow Spirit to maneuver in the background, all right? So that all of your hopes and your dreams and your wishes come to fruition, you guys. Can't believe it's 2026 already. Can you? Before I prepared for your reading, but I was looking at the wall before I hit the start button on the camera, and I forgot this was on my wall, and this really represents not only how I feel as a Gemini about this new year, this new cycle, this next 10 years of my life. This is for all the Geminis out there, all the Libras, all the Aquarians out there, okay? And it says, affirmation for renewal. This 2026 year starts the beginning of a renewal time period, okay? And this says, I release any person, place, thought, thing, or entity that does not vibrate for my highest good and well-being. All right, whatever needed to be left in 2025 is back there in 2025. And if you still need to let go of some things, hey, you still have time. We're only a few days into January, okay? Let that shit go. And start with a new, fresh palette, a new, fresh plate. All right? Renewal is what it's all about, babies. All right. So, I hope you all are doing well, air signs. It's been a minute. I've been struggling, the last 6 months of, I'm trying to be consistently posting and everything like that. Sometimes I just need to take a break and get my mind right, okay? But I'm back, 2026, brand new year, brand new start. So we're kicking it off with your, we're in January, first few days of January, and the next 30 days, what does Spirit want and need you to do? Everything's going to be time-stamped. We're going to start off with Gemini, and then we're going to work our way until we get done with Aquarius, okay? So, do your girl a solid, air signs. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Everything you want to know about me is in the description box. How to book me for a private reading, or how to book me for an event if you're here in the Atlanta, GA area. You can also inbox me at ascension225tarot@gmail.com. And, we can chat from there. So, everything is in the description box, guys. I also have a promo code there as well. So, we're going to start off with Gemini. And Gems, we're going to start you at, let's just say 5. All right. Hey, Gemini. What is going on, y'all? All right, so this is we're a few days into January. This is going to be what Spirit wants and needs you to know, my Gemini gang, for the next 30 days. All right, so find a nice, relaxing spot that enables you to receive. All right, we don't want to think about work or anything else right now. We just want to focus on yourself right now. All right, find a place where you can receive, and we're about to get into it. And if you didn't hit that like, share, and subscribe button, do it right now. Give me that reciprocal energy, Gemini. I really do appreciate that. Support your fellow Gemini. I was born May 22nd. Drop your birth date down in the comments. What Gemini? Are you a May Gemini? Or are you a June Gemini? Drop your date in the comments, you guys, and an emoji, all right? All right, so Gems, let's get started. We're going to start off with a few oracle cards, okay? And then we're going to pull a few cards of tarot. And then lastly, we're going to give you some, cards on how you can practice self-care, your universal message, and your angel numbers at the end, guys, okay? All right. So, and we'll get into these cards when we get into your tarot. So what is the tea? What is the tea going on for our Jimmy Jams for the next 30 days, all right? I'm start with this deck. I've got, some of you might be dealing with some pet health issues. I have 3 cats. I'm praying that, they remain healthy, and I don't have to deal with anything that could adversely affect their health. Some of you may be going to a sex shop. Who knows? I mean, maybe you need a new toy or something. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know I'm a single woman, so, you got to do what you got to do. But maybe you're maybe you're a single person and, you want to make sure your needs are met. Or maybe you're part of a couple and maybe you want to spice things up. And then I've got bank failure. So maybe there's going to be some issues at the bank, a loan falls through, something of the sort, okay? All right, and then I've got a man. You're going to be dealing or relationship with a man, okay? Whoa, come here. And then I've got nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you, okay? A boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or a windfall. So you may be coming into some sort of money situation via any of those methods. And then I've got vase. You might have a secret admirer and don't even know it. Maybe that's where this man comes into play, Jimmy Jams. What's going on? For some of you single people out there, hey, time to play. All right. So, Holy Spirit, ancestors, way showers, what is the celestial guidance that you have for our Jimmy Jams for the next 30 days? This card doesn't even belong in the deck, but I'm going to take it. There are no coincidences. It says playful innocence. Playful innocence. And this is just a reminder to embrace the child inside of you, Geminis. Some people, we all grow up and become adults, but some of us are so serious about adulting that we forget the child inside. And this is, embrace being joyful and giddy and embrace that child spirit within you. Don't take things so seriously all the time, which will, and if you adopt that sort of attitude, then it will it'll make you feel freer without all that stuff on your shoulders, your sense of freedom, Or maybe you are feeling a sense of freedom, following your own inner voice, maybe, doing what feels good to you, especially if you're like me, a single Gemini. All I have to do is to please myself and listen to my own voice. So there's a certain sense of freedom. Everybody always complains about being single and I don't have anybody and I want to be part of a relationship. You know what? there's pros and cons to both. Speaking from a Gemini who's been married twice. All right. So there's pros and cons to both, right? But the beauty about being single is, like I said, all you have to do is consult with yourself. You learn more about yourself, right? Especially if you're not one of those people who are just, you feel lonely because you don't have anybody around. I'm not that type of person. I make my own fun. I make my own games. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy my own company. So I'm alone, but I'm never lonely. And that's the type of attitude that provides a sense of freedom, right? I can do and go wherever I want. And then we've got, some of you might be rekindling a soul connection here. Yeah, it says soul happy, rekindle connection. So I don't know who wrote these cards. I don't know if they speak English. I don't know what they do, but listen. Your soul is longing to reconnect with something or someone, Gemini. Have you drifted away from a meaningful connection? Some of you might be circling the block. All right. And angels, archangels, and regular angels. I guess they're regular angels. What messages do you have for Gemini? Keep manifesting. Keep planting those seeds, Gems. Ooh. You're coming into a year of harmony. And, there may be some things in your life that, needed resolution, and you will finally get that opportunity to have that talk or whatever it is in order for you to resolve some things that need to be resolved, even if it's resolution inside of yourself, right? Yeah, I love that. Harmony, balance, and ask, and you shall receive. Whatever you're asking Spirit for, you shall receive. All right, do your part and allow Spirit to do their part. All right, there is no time in the spirit realm, so it's not in our timing, it's in Spirit's timing, as long as you remember that, Gems. All right, so let's get into the tarot. All right, and first off, I want to start off with these cards right here. I have two major arcana decks, the heavy hitting energy of the tarot. All right, there's 22 major arcana. The first deck we got for you is the moon. All right, this is Cancerian energy, and the moon is all about, being intuitive, reflective, being really, the most important thing for me that I take out of the moon energy is to be totally tapped in and tuned in to your intuition, that voice of Spirit. That's the way Spirit communicates with us, is through our intuition, right? And so this is you being tuned into that, right? The moon also represents divine feminine energy. It represents calm, peace, going deeper within yourself, right? Yeah, I really feel like Geminis have, over the last few years, I would say the last 5 or so years, have been going through this really interesting growth spurt, this spiritual ascension that you guys have all been going through, well, the majority of you guys have been going through, has been tremendous. All right, so that, you are tuned in, Gems. And then I've got, you're the Empress. You're the Empress, baby. You are the Empress. The Empress can give birth to any and all things. She is a major manifester. She can use all the elements available, right? And fertilize whatever seeds need to be fertilized so that they come to fruition, so that she can birth whatever it is that she's trying to fertilize, whether that's a real live baby or whether it's a business plan or something of the sort. The Empress, this is that divine feminine energy I was talking about. All right, All right, Holy Spirit. And the Empress represents Taurus energy. Okay. So, Holy Spirit, we are tapping in and tuning in to our Geminis for the next 30 days. Holy Spirit, we've already seen some of the energy on the table. What advice or messages would you like relayed to our Gemini collective, please and thank you? This is for the next 30 days. All right. I've got a Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. What you can't see, the energy that you can't see. Five of Swords is, feeling a sense of loss, right? I'm sorry. This is Four of Swords, not Five of Swords. Four of Swords. This is all about self-care. Taking care of yourself. Right? Meditating, exercising, eating right, getting enough sleep, having a positive attitude. This is all a part of self-care. Okay? And what's in the middle, Holy Spirit, for Gemini? What's in the middle? Ten of Wands. Yeah, baby. Y'all are releasing any burdens. You're not taking any burdens into this brand new year. You're releasing that shit. It's gone. It's out of here. And you're practicing. You're going to be focused more on yourself and practicing self-care. These burdens have got to go. All right, Holy Spirit. What else you got for Jimmy's? We got the Devil. And I did see the Devil energy come out for you before in the major arcana, but I only needed the one. Four of Cups, Ten of Swords, the moon, two moons. So I've actually seen two devils and two moons come out for you. Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, a lot of swords, Nine of Wands, and Seven of Cups. All right, let's move this out the way. All right, Holy Spirit. I don't know. I mean, we got the Devil energy here. And like I said, I saw it earlier in the major arcana. It fell out along with the moon card. The moon card fell out first, and then the Devil followed. I put the Devil back in the deck. All right. So, yeah, the thing is that, I don't know, this could represent some sort of fears that you may have. All right. Limiting belief systems, fears, toxic thinking, negative thinking. It could be toxic people, places, or things. It could also be addictions, things that are holding you back, right? Addictions hold us back from our full potential. Or maybe you're just obsessed with something or someone. Okay? So this is that Devil energy. You might want to, this type of energy creates restrictions. Fear creates restrictions. Addictions create restrictions. Following your ego and being materialistic, or being toxic creates restrictions and roadblocks. So this Devil energy needs to be tended to, okay? We've got the Four of Cups. I don't know. Maybe you're waiting for the right opportunity, but are you bored, apathetic? The Four of Cups is just meh. That's how you feel. Meh. Bored. I don't know. Unappreciative about something, someone, a situation, not ready. Cups are love and emotion. All right. So maybe you're not entertaining any of that energy at this time. Maybe that was why you're not entertaining this energy, because maybe this energy is going to come to you in a toxic way, in this Devil type of energy, and you're going to be like, nah. Ten of Swords, yeah. You're closing out chapters, any type of chapters that include having 10 swords in your back. You know, loss, disappointment, heartbreak, you know, all of that. You're letting go of that type of energy. So I just don't think you're entertaining anything right now that even remotely, if it looks anything like it may be toxic, you might be like, because you're starting a new chapter. Starting a new chapter with this full energy. Taking a leap of faith. Starting at square one. Starting a brand new cycle or a chapter like we are right now in January of 2026. Bottom row, 9 of Swords, anxiety. I don't know, this was on top of the Devil, on the bottom of the Devil energy. Maybe this Devil energy or this toxic energy coming towards you has created some sort of anxiety, or, you know, it's creating a situation where, you know, you're not feeling good, basically. You're worried. You're suffering. You might have insomnia, or your stomach feels unwell because you're anxious about something. This type of energy is making you feel this way. I got 8 of Swords underneath the 4 of Cups. 8 of Swords could definitely feel like, feel stuck, feel trapped. You know, maybe you're not ready to put yourself in a situation, especially if it doesn't feel right, right? You're going to pass on that because you don't want this feeling of feeling like you're stuck, like you can't get out of something that you got yourself into. You're not willing to sabotage yourself even. All right? 9 of Wands. Focused on work. All right, focused on work. This is the Weary Warrior. Exhausted, fatigued, worn out. Okay? But maybe you're about to complete something and you're determined to see it through, even though you're exhausted and fatigued, right? That's underneath this 10 of Swords, the end of a painful cycle. Maybe that's what you're determined to end, is this painful cycle, right? And then I've got the 7 of Cups underneath the Moon, having lots of choices. Lots of choices. Choose wisely, though, Gemini. Sometimes when a lot of choices come towards us, it could be choices in partners, or choices in jobs, or choices in friendships, or whatever the case may be. Your goal is to avoid anything that remotely looks like toxicity. Anything that's not good for you, that doesn't support you, that doesn't, you know, give back to you, right? Takes from you. No, you're not going to do that. So choose wisely with the 7 of Cups. Use discernment, all right? Especially when it comes to starting this brand new chapter, this brand new cycle in 2026, okay? Interesting. All right, so we did see the 4 of Swords, practicing self-care, taking care of yourself. 9 of Cups, yeah. Figuring out what fills your cups up. Figuring out what makes you happy, what makes you joyful and content. You know? It's not another person. That another person in your life is a bonus. We are responsible for our own happiness. And that's what this is. Finding your own happiness. What fills your cups up, gems. Yeah. And what is this? Not dealing with this anymore. Conflict. All right. Fighting. not communicating well. No. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. I feel like a lot of you have been in this hermit mode on and off for quite some time now, really consulting with spirit. This is Virgo energy. But a lot of you, which, you both are ruled by Mercury, communication and thought, right? You consulting with spirit on and off for the last couple years, and to get to this point right here. Yeah. 7 of Swords. Using strategy, being strategic about your next moves. All right? Because you want a situation where you work together well, right? You work together well. It's a partnership. You have a common cause, a common goal, Yeah. 4 of Pentacles. So that you can have an abundant, stable home. Right. The 4s are all about safety, security, and stability. Yeah, and that's what you're looking for. Not that double energy. All right, gems. I like it. I like it a lot. Pay attention to your intuition. You are the Empress energy. You know that, right? All right, so what are Spirit suggestions on how you can practice self-care, level up, glow up, keep glowing up, get to the next level. The sky is the limit. Clarify your desires. Be intentional. Have clarity on exactly where you're headed, what you want, and what you don't want. And then I've got get unstuck. Oh, yes. Didn't we see this? 9 of Swords. Anxiety, stuck, all these thoughts stuck in your head, creating anxiety and worry. And then 8 of Swords, feeling confined, feeling trapped, self-sabotage. Hey, get unstuck, gems. Okay? Get unstuck, guys. All right, angel numbers. 1313. Yeah, it's time to start fresh. It's time to start fresh, guys. Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. 777. Good luck or good blessings are coming to you, gems. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. I think January, the new year, always brings a little bit of uncertainty to most people, right? Maybe even a little bit of fear and anxiety because you're not sure what's going to happen this year, You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way, gems. All right, 777. And then we've got 888. Karma. All right, karma. The scales being balanced. All right. So hopefully whatever you put out there, you're going to get back. Right? Right? Hopefully good juju. 888. Karma, karma, karma. A lot of... check this out. A lot of money is coming your way, gems. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. Oh, yeah. I love it. And the 8s are all about, nose to the grindstone, working hard, being committed. Yeah? So that's great. So if that's where your head has been and that's what you're putting out there, then that's what you're going to get back. But there's going to be some coin in there for you, gems. All right. And lastly, we've got your universal message. And that is, of course, you will make mistakes. But the biggest one would be not to try. You have nothing to lose, Gemini. This thing you've been thinking about for a long time, just go for it. Better an oops than a what if. What if I? We are here to support you. Signed, your spirit team. Okay? Yeah. And that's what this double energy could be. Also could represent fear, and from fear from you trying new things or starting new things or accomplishing things, right? And that's what this is saying. It's better an oops than a what if, okay, which creates regret. So don't allow fear to get in the way. Your spirit team is there to support you, gems. Okay? Yeah. And at the bottom of the other, one of the major arcana decks, I've got the High Priestess. So not only we've got the moon energy, we've got the High Priestess, Piscean energy, but it all refers to that feminine energy, that intuitive energy, being tapped in and tuned in, knowing Spirit's voice when Spirit is guiding you and talking to you and whispering to you. Yeah? Because you're this Empress energy, whether you're male or female. All right? The mother of all mothers. Okay? All right. So that is it, Geminis. Don't forget to let me know whether you're a May or June Gemini. Put your birth date in the comments. I hope these messages helped out. I will be doing your love messages in a few days, so stay tuned, okay? All right, take care, you guys. Thank you so much, and like, share, and subscribe. Mwah. Thank you. Hey, my Libra collective. What going on? What is happening, y'all? It's your girl, Century 225 Tarot and Oracle, and I am here to bring you messages from Spirit for now through the next 30 days. All right, so we're about to jump into it. Find a nice cozy spot where you can receive, right, messages that, you know, may touch your soul and resonate with that. And do your girl a real solid, Libra, and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let me know if you are a September Libra or an October Libra, okay? I know there are differences, you know, in months and stuff like that. So let me know if you're September or October. And in the meanwhile, hit that like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you. So let's get started. Okay. We're going to start off with a few oracle messages, and then we're going to get into the tarot deck, and then we're going to end off with universal messages, angel numbers, and all that other good stuff. All right, Libra, so let's get into it. What is some of the tea, Holy Spirit, that's happening with our Libras now and over the next 30 days? I've got hater, and I hate nothing about you. So the word hate is in both of these oracle cards. So maybe there is a hater in your life, right? You know, haters, they really love everything about you, but they're so insecure within themselves or jealous that they try to make your life miserable, right? It feels like they hate you, but they really admire and respect you, right? They're like the president of your fucking fan club, is what I'm trying to say. So this may apply to some of you guys, okay? And what was in the crossing? And crossing is very, very strong energy. Is this a love story situation here? What is this love story situation? This is in the crossing, and it's telling me this is very, thank you, Holy Spirit, this is very strong energy. There we go again. We're about to find out. It says once upon a time. Ooh, once upon a time, huh? Okay. Maybe somebody's hating on your relationship, or maybe somebody you were in a relationship is now a full-blown hater. Okay. What else, Holy Spirit? I've got fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Okay. Could be a younger woman you're dealing with, relationship with a younger woman. I've got cat, a two-faced friend. Okay. Yeah. Maybe this is a friend who is jealous of your situation. because maybe you're in a love story and maybe they're not. I don't know. I've got Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures your success. Okay? And then lastly, I've got Cain. Pay attention to your health, Libra. Pay attention to your health. Okay. So that is that. So, way showers, ancestors, the all-knowing ones, what sort of advice would you like to give Libra? Spirit wants to remind you that you've got heavenly helpers, okay? I always tell my clients that, you know, it's a collaboration. I call it a trine because it is the creator, whatever label, name you want to call it, Jesus, Buddha, whoever. You've got the creator, you've got your spirit team, the angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, and then there's you. So it forms a triangle. You have heavenly helpers, whether you know it or not. You are not alone. Call on your angels, your spirit team, your creator. I've got surrender in reverse. So maybe somebody is having a hard time relinquishing control. You know, we're human beings, you know, and we like to control every aspect of everything, right? Some signs more than others, but this is you maybe not being willing to surrender to something. It says, release and surrender all control and let nature take its course. What are you holding on to, Libra? What will you not surrender to? I've got healing with nature. Get out and get into some nature. Take a nature walk. Put your toes in the water. Go swimming indoors. Do something. Connect with nature. Okay, you're a fire sign. You're busy burning up shit. So, you know, maybe you need some grounding. And then I've got some of you are or will be going through a metamorphosis. Okay, like the caterpillar that emerges from its cocoon, you are ready to get your wings, Libra. I like it. Angels, what say you for Libra? I've got principalities. Spiritual study is essential. And maybe that's part of this metamorphosis, is that spiritual study, so that you are more spiritually enlightened. All right? I love this. And then we've got, it's time to clear, cancel, and release. Remember we saw that surrender card in reverse? Yeah. Some of you may not want to let go of something or surrender something, but Spirit's saying in order to get to the next level, in order to get through this metamorphosis, this spiritual growth spurt that Spirit needs you to go through, this is what needs to happen. Whatever needs to be left in 2025, kick it back into 2025, honey. 2026 is a 10-year, which reduces to a 1, which means all new everything. New blessings, new cycle, new everything, okay? So whatever needs to go back to 2025, Marty McFly's got his warp machine, so you could take it on back there. All right? All right. And even the Bible talks about, and probably other holy books talks about, our fight is not, you know, with certain things. Our fight is with principalities. The more that we know spiritually, the more enlightened we are, then that's bully for us. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. Libra. Holy Spirit, aside from the messages that we've already seen for Libra, what is going on in their energy now and over the next 30 days? Can you tell us, Holy Spirit? We really want to know for Libra. All right, let's cut. All right, what is in the energy that you do not see? I've got the Hanged Man. Hanged Man, that's watery energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, because normally he's hanging over a body of water. This is about maybe you needing to let go of something. All right, needing to let go, or maybe you have actually come to the conclusion and you are letting go. Taking a pause, letting shit go. You know, I don't know. I see the surrender card. I see the other card, the clear, cancel, and release card. And then we've got the hanged one. So pause. Look at it from another angle, another perspective, a higher perspective. Let whatever needs to be let go, let it go. Okay? All right, what's in the middle? Knight of Wands. The knights are fast moving. Okay, they jump on their horses and they're off to battle, or they're off to maybe deliver a message of some type. The Knight of Wands is the slowest moving knight in the deck. No, I'm sorry. The Knight of Wands, I don't know what I'm thinking. I was thinking it was the Knight of Pentacles. But the Knight of Wands is all about freedom. Freedom to pursue anything, anyone, any goal, any desire, any passion. This is you pursuing it and having the freedom to do so. No limitations for you. All right, Libra? All right. What do you have for our Libras, Holy Spirit? Oh, first of all, let me back it up. I want to go over to these two cards right here. I have two major arcana decks. Major arcana, there's 22 in a tarot deck. They're the major heavy hitting energy. All right. The first card that came out for you is the Sagittarian energy, Temperance. Stay calm. Keep cool. Like Snoop, right? Look how cool he looks. Do whatever you need to do in whatever area you need to do it. Do the work that you need to do, and then allow Spirit to work in the background for you on your behalf. Okay? So just trust and believe that if you do your due diligence, Spirit will do theirs as well. So keep calm and be patient. And I don't know, maybe to find some temperance about this lover situation. Here's another indicator that this may be a love situation. I don't know, you tell me. What's going on with this love story of yours, Libra? Gemini energy, the lovers, these are soulmates, soul connection. Yeah. Okay. Let's find out more. We've got the Empress. King of Pentacles. The Chariot. Justice. Bottom row. Queen of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. The Tower. And the Page of Swords. All right, Libra. Out of 8 cards, you have 5 major arcana here. Out of 8 cards. Isn't that crazy? Heavy hitting energy. So we've got the Empress. The Empress energy, that's Taurus energy. And the Empress can give birth or fertilize anything by using all of the elements. Can give birth to anything, whether it's a full-blown baby or whether it's a creative idea, a business, whatever it is that she's manifesting or you're manifesting, yeah, she can give birth to that. All right, that beautiful divine feminine energy. I love it. Then I've got a King of Pentacles. You come across as this King of Pentacles, boss mama or boss daddy, entrepreneur, business owner. Maybe that's what you're trying to birth into existence. Is this King of Pentacles type of energy, or maybe it is the business that you're trying to create or something like that. All right, this is boss mama, boss daddy, successful. Some of you may be jumping in your chariot and maybe, and the Emperor, or it could be the Empress, jumps in the chariot and drives the chariot. They know where they're going. They're focused. They're determined to get exactly where it is that they need to go. right? Even though there are no rains, the Emperor or the Empress knows exactly where they're going. All right? Some of you might be traveling. You might be relocating, moving, whatever. The Chariot is Cancerian energy. Then we've got justice, fairness, balance. This is you, Libra. You are in the equation right now. This is you finding balance. Justice. I like it. Bottom row, we've got the Queen of Cups underneath the Empress. Loving, emotionally intelligent, nurturing Queen of Cups. Yeah. She's holding her cup. Maybe she's ready to welcome love and emotion. All right. Maybe she's ready for an offer here. Wheel of Fortune under the King of Pentacles, Sagittarian energy. More Sagittarian energy. Wheel of Fortune is all about fate and destiny. What have you put out there into the universe? That's what you're going to get back. All right. And it's called fate, destiny, karma, dharma. All right. Where will you end up on the Wheel of Fortune? Okay. I love this. I've got the Tower underneath the Chariot. The Tower, Scorpio energy. The Tower is all about change. Freedom. The freedom to have change. There can be a little chaos involved, because a lot of times the Tower comes crashing down when people think it's built on a sturdy foundation. There's always a lesson in a tower, though, right? It's sort of like an eye-opener, right? An eye-opener. The falling of the tower brings lessons and clarity. Maybe you jumping in your chariot and taking off, maybe that's going to create some sort of tower moment. You know what I mean? And then we've got the Page of Swords under Justice. Page of Swords is, pages are students and messengers, and swords are all about intellectual thought as well as communication. So maybe maybe in order to have this balance, maybe there needs to be a changing of a thought process, right? Maybe learning something new to change this into fairness and justice. Or maybe there needs to be a communication here, a chat, a talk, in order to bring resolution and the balancing of the scales. Let's look on the bottom. Nine of Wands. We saw the Nine of Wands. We talked about the Nine of Wands. Having the freedom to pursue whatever you're passionate about without any restrictions. Before you take off, though, in your chariot of righteousness, you may want to go into this hermit mode, this Virgo energy. Really consult with spirit, right? And get the clarity that you need. Going inward and being quiet. Okay. Yeah. There might be some conflict, miscommunication, arguments. The Five of Swords is kind of like chaotic energy. All right, and sometimes when there's change, it creates chaos. So, yeah. But you need to, even though there might be chaos, there might be tower moments, this is you looking towards the future. Right? Looking towards the future and wanting to know that whatever you put out there, whatever seeds you put out there, whatever you planted is going to come back to you, so that you can see your ships come in. But whatever this energy is of conflict and chaos and loss, indecision, yeah, that's why you need to go into this hermit mode, so that there's no indecision. All right, you're not conflicted within yourself either. Okay, with this Five of Swords, so that you can, when you think about your future, it looks clear with the Three of Wands, right? Because right now, the Two of Swords, you being conflicted, you being at a standstill, you being at a crossroads. You see, there's one rusty sword. I mean, it's just been too long being at a crossroads, right? Decisions need to be made in 2026. You can't stand at the crossroads forever. All right? Yeah. Go towards success and victory, Six of Wands. Go towards your success and victory. Don't allow fear to stop you. Okay? Yeah. Don't allow fear to stop you. All right? And don't try to over-control things. You know, do what you can do and then surrender. All right? Surrender to spirit. Temperance, same thing. Surrender. Yeah. All right. Then I have a Page of Cups underneath that. Page of Cups, it could be a new offer, it could be an apology. Not sure what that is. All right, so what else do we have? How do you suggest that Libra practices self-care? I'll be doing your love reading sometimes next week, and we'll dip into whatever this love situation is, Libra. This could be a lover situation, this could be a friend situation, you know, something like that. Relationship period. I've got, how do you practice self-care? Time to bounce back. Time to bounce back. Exercise. And you might want to create an altar where you can pray. Some people have prayer closets. Some people have altars where they go pray or meditate. Keep their crystals, whatever. Angel numbers. I've got 666, and sixes are all about change, going towards tranquility, harmony. It's a time for reflection. It says several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. All right, you need a mental shift toward greater optimism instead of negativity. All right, self-assurance and trust. All right, and then we've got 1919. This is a brand new cycle. This next 10 years is a brand new cycle starting right now. All right, karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control. Oh my God, no way. Libra, it says release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so they don't repeat in the future. Ooh, listen, didn't we just talk about this? We just talked about you not surrendering because you want to control everything. Spirit says, nah, we're not going to do that. Surrender, release, let it go. Whatever you got your foot on, let it go. And lastly, we've got your universal message. Libra, love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Make your yeses mean yes and your no's mean no's. No is a complete sentence. So is yes. Okay? All right. Remember, temperance about this lover situation. A soulmate situation. It could be a friend. It could be a lover. It could be a family member. I don't know. We didn't get too deep into that, but the lover showed up twice here. All right, so you tell me. All right, Libra, hope you got some nuggets out of this. We'll tap into your love situation next week, okay? Mwah. Love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hey, Aquarius, what going on, y'all? What's happening? It's your girl, Ascension 225, Tarot and Oracle. Love you guys. Nice to see you. Do your girl solid and hit that like, share, and subscribe button before we get started, boos. Give me that reciprocal energy. Thank you. And after you do that, find a nice cozy spot where you're able, hopefully, to receive a nugget or two from Spirit that can give you guidance, advice, spiritual hug, whatever it is that you need, my Aquarii. I hope you all are doing well. Your season's coming up here shortly, guys. In the next, week or so, on the 21st. But anyway, I digress. So we're about to celebrate you and your evolution around the sun in a few days, Aquarius. Hope you all are doing well. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start off with Oracle messages, get into the tarot deck, and finish up with a few more Oracle cards, okay? So let's get it crack-a-lackin', guys. Hope you all are well. All right, so what's the tea with our Aquariuses for the next 30 days? I've got... this came in reverse. It says fighting for you. It says fighting for you, fighting for what you love. Love is a battlefield. So maybe somebody's no longer fighting for what they once thought was maybe the love of their life, or fighting for something that they thought was really important, but it's not any longer. It's not worth the fight. There could have been some vandalism. Maybe, and this could be vandalism or stealing from more than just your home. All right, it could be emotional theft, spiritual theft. All right, as well as physical theft. And then I've got, there may be some electrical issues in your home, in your apartment, something going on with the electrical setup. All right, and I've got hammock. Some of you may be taking a vacation, physically or mentally. Maybe you need a staycation just so you can breathe, you know what I mean? And then I've got wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Are some of you doing that? Rambling aimlessly through life? Maybe you need to get in this hammock and think about what you need to do. And then I've got vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. You're afraid of some of those vultures out there that can't wait to pick you apart, huh? For whatever reason. All right. Ascended masters, ancestors, way showers. What sort of sage advice do you have for Aquarius for the next 30 days? Tap into your intuition. Tap into that moon energy. All right. So that when Spirit speaks to you and whispers to you, you know that voice. All right. That's how Spirit speaks to us, is through our intuition. All right. So make sure you're learning to embrace and trust that inner knowing. Okay. Some of you may be in hibernation mode or hermit mode. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Every once in a while, we need to go into a temporary hermit situation so that we can think. And not only think, but we can consult with Spirit, all right, and get some clarity to whatever situation we need clarity on. And then lastly, surrender in reverse. Your fellow air sign of Libra got the same thing. This is you not wanting to relinquish control, or maybe you feel like you've lost control of some type. All right, but somebody does not want to surrender control of something, and that's why this is in the reverse. Okay, it says release and surrender all control, and let nature take its course. Some of y'all ain't letting that happen. All right, let's find out what the angels want you to know. If you've been asking Spirit for something in particular, the answer right now is no. All right, and then I've got Archangel Jeremiel, who is the Archangel for Scorpio, says it's time to call back your power. It says forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean you have to forget the past or avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power back, your light, and your capacity to make a decision back into your own hands. And that's what this could be, this surrender in the reverse. Maybe you feel like you've lost control. Okay, but Spirit's saying, no, 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 no. We need to reel this back in, baby. All right? Okay. All right, so let's get into the tarot. What Spirit we're tapping into? Our Aquarius collective, born January 21st through February 19th or 20th. Please give them the messages that they need to see, hear, and feel now and over the next 30 days. Please and thank you. What you don't see in the hidden energy, Nine of Wands. Somebody's been working really, really hard. Somebody's been super determined to meet their goal, to be successful, whatever it is that you've been working on, but maybe at the cost of feeling fatigued and out of gas. Maybe you're feeling fatigued and out of gas because maybe you feel like you've lost control or you've lost your power in some sort of way. What's in the middle? The Empress. The Empress, Taurus energy. The Empress is that divine energy, that divine feminine energy. The Empress uses all the elements to manifest whatever she wants, needs, and desires into existence. She gives birth to any and all things. So this could be you being, bringing a real baby into the world, or this is you fertilizing an idea, a business, an entrepreneurship, something like that, and that you wish to bring to the 3D. Okay? What is this popping up? But maybe some of you are at a crossroads, Two of Swords. Maybe you've been standing at a crossroads, unsure, conflicted, not able to make a decision. All right? But this is the time where decisions need to be made. We need to move forward. Okay? All right. What else do you have for Aquarius? Knight of Wands. The Hermit. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Bottom row. Justice. The Chariot. The Nine of Swords. And the Eight of Swords. Alright. So the Knight of Wands, now knights are messengers as well as warriors, so they normally just run and jump on their horse and they're out of here, right? This is the Knight of Wands. This is the one who wants to follow their passions, their desires, wants to be adventurous, wants to see the world, wants to travel, wants to do everything and anything under the sun. Right? And wants to have the freedom to do it. Wants to be unencumbered in order to do that. Alright? Free. Me want free. Maybe you need to go into this hermit mode, this temporary Virgo energy, this hermit to consult within. Not only consult within, but also to consult spirit in order to get guidance and clarity. Maybe on what your next move is. What passion you're going to follow next. Knight of Pentacles. Right now, you're not making any moves, right? You probably won't make any moves until you come and go out of this hermit mode, right? And consult with spirit and get the clarity that you need. But until then, you're not making any impulsive moves. This is the slowest moving knight in the entire deck, because this knight does not want to affect their abundance or their stability in any way. Page of Cups could be a new love offer, a new opportunity, a new, could be a new offer of love. Could also be an apology. Sometimes the Page of Cups represents an apology as well. Okay? Maybe this is pages are students as well as messengers, so maybe this is you identifying or studying something that you love, right? Something that you want to do, something that you want to pursue. All right, if it's not a person, then maybe it's a goal that you want to pursue, that something that really fills your cup up. On the bottom, I've got Justice. Libra energy. This is karma. This is making sure the scales are balanced and fair. Okay? Maybe this Knight of Wands is looking for fairness here. Alright? Justice. Making sure that the scales are balanced, right? Underneath the Hermit, I've got the Chariot. So maybe you need to get into this hermit mode in order to figure out what direction you're going to go in next. The Emperor or the Empress jumps in their chariot. They're determined, they're focused, they know where they're going towards success, and they know how to drive this chariot even with no freaking reins, okay? So maybe you need to figure out what direction you're going in. I don't know, maybe you may be relocating, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what this is. You wanting to relocate but not sure which direction you're going to go in. I've got Nine of Swords. This could be creating anxiety for you. Alright, anxiety, worry, Maybe that's why this Knight of Pentacles is like I got too much going on, I got too much to think about, I'm not making any moves until I figure this shit out. And then lastly, we've got the Eight of Swords, feeling confined, feeling restricted, but this is all up in your head. Swords are thoughts. Swords are thoughts, right? So maybe you're all up in your head. Maybe this is creating some sort of self-sabotage for you. All right? Or maybe something, or maybe it's under the Page of Cups, so I don't know if somebody wants to apologize for creating sabotage for you or what. I don't know what this is, but anyway. What else do we have here? Alright, so we saw the Nine of Wands. We talked about that. Fatigue, feeling worn out, but determined to do what you got to do, be successful, get to where you need to get, whatever, but you're exhausted. Alright? Maybe you're working with some partners. This is about a partnership. This is working together as a team. So maybe you're a project manager. Maybe you're working with a team to get some stuff done. I don't know, but this is Seven of Swords. Be strategic, right? And be wary of unscrupulous energies around you. Alright, so, and Two of Wands, choose your path. You might have to redirect. This may be a redirection of your path. But choices need to be made with the Two of Wands, which direction you're going to go in. Especially if you're relocating or whatever it is, right? Going towards Four of Wands, stability, a foundation, a home where there is stability and security. Alright? I love this. I love that. being this King of Wands. This King of Wands who's successful, who makes good decisions, who's passionate, who follows their passions and their goals and their desires, okay? What I meant to show you before we even started this reading is the major arcana here. The first card that came out of one deck was the Lover's card. Soulmate. This is Gemini energy, soulmate connection. So you may be involved with the Gemini, all right, with this Lover's card. And then I've got the Fool, starting a brand new chapter, taking a leap of faith. Maybe you're taking a leap of faith in this love situation. All right? Maybe you're taking a leap of faith either towards or away from this love situation. Not sure. I'm going to be doing love readings next week, so we'll find out more about your love situation. But the Lovers, it's a soulmate connection. It could be a lover, it could be a business partner, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. You know, it's just soulmate energy, that's all. So, but somebody's starting a brand new chapter, somebody's taking a leap of faith. All right, in 2026, we're starting a brand new 10-year cycle. All right, so this really represents what's happening in the energy. All right, so how should our Aquarians practice self-care? Holy Spirit, over the next 30 days, get plenty of sleep and rest. Very importante. Celebrate yourself, Aquarius. All the hard work that you put in, you know, and all that other good stuff. Look, celebrate yourself. It's time to bounce back. Time to bounce back, baby. If you felt off kilter or whatever, it's time to bounce back and get back on track. All right? Angel numbers. I've got 2112. It says, it's up to you. It's up to you. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction, Aquarius. Okay? Things are moving in the right direction. And, oh, wow, look at this. All twos and ones. Ones are about new beginnings. We're in a 1 year right now, or 10 year, but 10 reduces to 1. It's all about new. That's what ones are. And twos are all about making a choice. All right? So the choice is yours, Aquarius. Whatever it is that you want to do or need to do. All right? It says it's up to you. And then it says energy levels. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain your discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. Ooh! Yes! Guard your energy so that you can remain focused. It will all pay off. Baby, yes. So you might be seeing these synchronicities in these numbers. You might be seeing 111, 222, or a variation of these numbers, Aquarius. But the choice is up to you. In whatever aspect of your life, the choice is up to you. All right? All right. And lastly, we've got your universal message. It says, oh no! Woo! Wait a minute. Hold on. It says, a chapter in your life is coming to an end. Oh yeah. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in this next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of control. Oh man, we had the discussion, right, about the control, right? Let go of all things that are out of control and move forward. There are more beautiful things ahead than any you leave behind. Wow. We've come full circle, Aquarius. We've come full circle. I hope this has helped you. I hope you've gotten a nugget or two out of this reading. Let me know. Let me know if you're a January or February Aquarius. Let me know. Put it in the comments, you guys. Let me know if this resonated with you in any way. I'll be doing your love reading at some point next week. Until then, take care and God bless. Mwah. Bye, Aquarius. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Peace.